what's up? Welcome back to another video. It's Miranda here. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe and thumbs up and let me know in the comments below if you are plant-based, if you are whole food, plant-based vegan, how long you've been on this journey. I'm really curious to know. So today I'm just sharing with you 3 easy lunch meal prep ideas that I made the night before. You can make them ahead, you can make them a week ahead of time, but things that stay fresh and taste good even when rewarmed. So the first one here you've probably seen if you've been on my channel for a while. I shared this over Vlogmas. It's a peanut sauce and noodles. It is so good. It's my husband's favorite meal. I actually made this for him for the week and I made 4 of these. So as you can see, I'm not really measuring anything because I have made this so many times before, but I will leave recipes for everything I'm making in the description box below, along with the ingredients so you can kind of play with it and make it your own. I feel like for sauces, it really doesn't have to be perfect. I am using a peanut butter powder here because like I said, I'm making this for my husband's lunches. I can't have peanut butter, so you can alternate. If you want to, you can use almond butter powder, you can use peanut butter powder, you can use cashew butter powder, whatever you'd like. I'll link a couple below from Amazon if you need to check them out. I get them on Amazon, but you can also find them at your local grocery store. One of the additives we've been adding to this since I made it over Vlogmas is a little bit of lime juice, and it is so good. It just really enhances it. And you know you're really into soy sauce when you've graduated from like the small bottles of Kikkoman to finding like the gallon size if that's what's available at your store. So I will say with this sauce, when I stir it, it is rather thick. And the reason for that is because I want it to be really thick because I do add a little bit of the cooking water from the pasta to this, and it's so delightful. It reheats really, really well. A lot of people say with like leftovers or lunch ideas, like they want something that tastes good. This is one of those things that when it sits for a few days, it tastes better because of the sauce. So keep that in mind when you're making it. Plus, if you ever need to add a little bit more sauce to it, you can whip it up real quick and then throw it in your lunch. We rewarm this normally in the skillet. Unless we're on the go, then I'll just pop it in the microwave. Sometimes I've even eaten this cold. It's completely up to you, but it's delicious. And I know my husband likes a lot of soy sauce with his, but I also am looking for a specific texture. The hot mustard, the Southwest hot mustard that I did use with this is from Walmart, but you can get it at Winco Foods, you can get it at Kroger Company. Basically everybody has it, so if you haven't purchased this, definitely check it out and try it because it's amazing. So I'm just using regular spaghetti. I have a leftover jar of pasta that's like from multiple recipes, and I'm just using about 1.5 bags of leftover spaghetti. They're not even in the same brand. You can use any kind of noodles you want. You can use rice noodles, you can use whole wheat noodles, you can use like a edamame noodle. That would be really good. I've had those before with this. Anything you want. It doesn't matter. Absolutely anything. Just boil your noodles, and then once the noodles are boiled, you're going to reserve a little tiny bit of the water. I would say maybe like 1/4 cup. And then you're going to stir your sauce in. I also alternate vegetables, whatever I have on hand from my freezer or my fridge. I've just done broccoli before, I've done roasted peppers, I've done onions, but I did have this snap pea frozen stir fry mix, and that's really good because it does have like more of an Asian swing to it. So here is my pot with my veggies all cooked up, and then I just throw in the sauce, stir it up, and then separate it into meal containers, and then my husband can warm it up before he goes to work or when he comes home from work or whatever. Then there's meals in the fridge and I don't have to worry about him. This is also super budget friendly because nothing here is really expensive. You might have to like invest per se in the sauces, the ingredient sauces, but like literally this comes out to like $1.50 per serving, just depending on the pasta you use. So you can also add a little tiny hint of nutritional yeast to this. Some people have done that over on my Instagram. They've tagged me. If you make this or any of the meals, tag me over on Instagram at Miranda Running on Plants. I love seeing that you guys are enjoying the meals that I share or making your own twist to them. I've made this before recently with like an orange sauce with a pineapple and orange sauce instead of doing like the coconut, or excuse me, the aminos. I'm getting coconut aminos on my brain instead of the soy sauce and the mustard. Okay, so on to the next meal here. This is just a bunch of pantry leftovers. If I haven't already said that, this is like a lot of meals that are just straight from your pantry. Like these are things you should normally have on hand. So this is actually going to be a cold pasta dish, and I've already created the sauce. It's just Dijon mustard, garlic, lime, and soy sauce. And then, like I said, I'm just throwing a bunch of pasta things together and calling it a meal. So I'm adding chickpeas, apples, celery, and the sauce, and this was so good. This was only about 2 servings worth because that's all the pasta I had left in my pantry, but I could eat this every day. If you guys like cold pasta salads, I really do, you will love this. I'm just saying, a little olive would really go well with this, like a little like black or green olive, but I really like the tanginess of this dressing because I'm a huge mustard fan with the apples and the chickpeas and the pasta. Again, you can use any pasta you want, but all of these meals should be like pantry staples. And if you have to swap something out or purchase 1 or 2 items, I'm just showing you the size of the dish because some people ask in the videos like, how big is that dish? I don't know. This is about 2 cups of pasta, and that's about, I mean, that made 3 meals and I saved 1 leftover, a bag and a half of pasta between 4 meals. So as always, you can make the servings as big or as small as you want. So here is the last recipe, and I saved the best for last as I usually do, but this is a potato soup. I'm a big soup person, and I have really worked on a potato soup that is really creamy and luscious and just doesn't taste like coconut or almond or cashew milk. And I figured it out. This is it. The recipe is in the description box below. So you're gonna need some celery, potatoes, some white beans, cornstarch, some seasonings. I did add a little bit of nutritional yeast, but the secret ingredient here is the can of corn, okay? Don't forget the can of corn. So the first thing I did is kind of get some celery kind of steaming in my pot. I kind of put this at a medium heat, chopped my celery, and kind of got it steaming a little bit. This is totally unnecessary. I did add a little bit of salt, by the way, too. I forgot to add that, but then once my potatoes were chopped, I don't peel them, I just scrub them really well. I like peels on the potatoes. I know that's probably weird for potato soup. And also, if you only have 1 kind of potato, that's fine. I had 2 kinds, so I added them. So for the cream, I have in here about 6 cups of water, my can of corn, all of my seasonings, and I whip this up. And let's be honest, right now, I could drink this on its own. It's so good. The beans add such a beautiful creaminess. The corn adds a creaminess, and it's like there's no texture to it because I have a Vitamix. So if you don't have a Vitamix, a regular blender might add a little bit of texture, but as you can see, it's nice and bubbly. Oh, I just love this so much. So then as my potatoes kind of steamed with my celery a little bit, I poured all of this over the top, put a lid on it, and brought it to a boil, and then I just brought it down to low and then just kind of stirred it here or there, and it was so creamy, so thick, so delicious. It was awesome. And soups are kind of those things that like they taste the same every single day, so they're just really good. But I love this. I'm so happy that I finally found a potato cream recipe that is like luscious and delicious, and I feel like most people wouldn't know this is vegan. And the secret ingredient is that can of corn. So the recipes are in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!